kind of lit a fire under us, and he knew we needed it. I think he took some time to wait for it to his, he's usually a calm, laid-back, cool, collected guy. I think he was trying to hold it in as long as he could, and day before the game, he just let it all out, and he couldn't help himself anymore. But it lit a fire under us, and I think each series has prepared us for each and every moment. Orlando definitely prepared us for Philly. Philly has prepared us for playing against this team now. The series is nowhere near even over, but the adversity we had to go through helped build a lot of character and helped build, these younger guys hope and faith and knowing and believing that we can make this thing happen regardless if we're down or up. We were down 0-2, and now it's a different series, so we got to continue to keep fighting and trusting each other and trusting the system.
How much did you feel experience played a part tonight, Danny? Because I mean, everybody talked about it. You knew they were going to go Mike Tyson. They're going to come off their stool swinging, and you had to kind of weather that. And you could almost see in the fourth quarter when they hadn't finished you guys off and you guys took the lead that things were going to change.
I think it was huge for us, more so in the first half than in the fourth quarter. They went up 16-4 run or whatever it might have been. They were up pretty big on us, and for us to chip away at it, that just shows our experience to be able to weather the storm and not get too anxious or too up, too low, or too worried or paranoid. Nobody was, worried about what was going on. We just took our time, chipped away at it, and finally the halftime was a 3-point game.
Did you feel in the fourth quarter when you guys took that lead, you went up 7-8? Did you see a change in their demeanor, maybe?
For sure.
Kind of forcing.
For sure. A little bit of doubt, a little bit of force. I mean, obviously they're playing desperate. They don't want to lose home court advantage. But I knew once we took the lead, once we kept hanging around, if we stuck around, we'd have a good chance at winning. And we stuck around, and the next
that man was against you. Like, that's break point.
For sure. But when you got that guy over there, he has 2 back-to-back threes, and we go up pretty, not comfortably, but go up a decent amount. And he's got to play smart at that point.
What were you thinking when Giannis went out of the game there in the final 120? He went out for just a little.
I wasn't even paying attention, to be honest with you. I didn't notice that he went out. I thought maybe he was hurt, or they were trying to switch. But I was worried about what we were trying to do, and that's get the ball in. We didn't have any timeouts left. Make your free throws and get rebounds. Just get your rebounds, and make your free throws.
Usually, when there's a comeback attempt, it's really about 3-pointers made, and obviously you guys got there at some point. But in that second quarter, you went at 24-17, and there were a lot of missed shots there too. How has this group learned to focus on every defensive possession, even regardless of what's going on?
Every possession period, not just defense but offense. Take care of the ball and not turn over against these guys. We're not taking any bad shots. We have some moments where I myself, victim to taking some bad shots, but we don't want to give them any opportunity to run because obviously they're great at that. They fuel off those turnovers and missed shots. So defensively, yes, locked in for every possession, talking, communicating, boxing out. Rebound is a big part of it, key for us. That keeps us in the game. Our defense would help them in the 80s for most of it, to the third or fourth quarter, and kept them on 100 points. You hold the team like that on 100 points, you give yourself a pretty good chance.
I think it was only 2 turnovers the rest of the way.
4 turnovers in the first quarter, 1 in the second, 1 in the third.
Yeah. Not bad.
Is that like the perfect road game, Danny?
For turnover-wise, but other than that, I mean, we didn't shoot well from 2. We shot well from 3. We missed some free throws. We know there's a lot of things we can build on, and I think at home it'll help us. We have our fans behind us, a lot of confidence, where guys will make some shots that we normally make at home, and hopefully get back in transition, have a set defense, and guard Giannis a little better.
I thought we stayed in the moment, no matter what was going on in our own game. I thought that we were all, contributing and trying to help each other, and not overreacting to whatever was going on in our game.
Mm-hmm. And for you personally, you hadn't hit a shot until that fourth quarter.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I remember that.
And can you describe the feeling of stepping into that shot and kind of what you're thinking?
I kept telling them, if I'm 1 pass away, if you pass it, I'm letting it fly. That's why I try to stay 1 pass away from him. Thankfully, I caught it in rhythm and went in.
How confident were you on that offensive rebound that it hit rim and it wasn't a shot clock violation?
I saw it. I mean, I'm right there underneath, and I saw the ball grazing the rim. I didn't know they were going to, the foul was called and all that stuff, but happy that, we were able to go, and pull away with the win.
You guys have won in different ways throughout the series, different games, different types of wins. What does that say about it?
It's different because it's different games. Obviously, every game is different. Every game has its own wrinkles. Every game goes its own way. So you have to be ready to whatever it's thrown at you. Tonight, obviously, they changed the way they played defensively and their scheme, and that was obvious. And then, you know, we got to continue to play downhill and continue to be aggressive and attack that pain because it's important for us.
Mark, what do you, going into a game 6, what do you like best about the way this team's playing right now and how specifically you're matching up against Milwaukee?
It's one possession at a time, and that's all that matters. You know, you can't overthink it. You can't look too far ahead. It's one possession at a time. You battle your butt off every possession and take the shots when they're there, take them with confidence, attack the paint. You know, when you're not open, move it, cut, set good screens. It's all the same story. And hopefully you put enough good actions together, you win the game.
And we've asked you a lot of questions about Kawhi in this playoffs.
Yeah, he's pretty good, yeah.
Just that fourth quarter stretch, what did you see out of him?
You know, he's resilient. When he's determined to go downhill, he goes downhill, and there's not much you can do. You know, when we're on the opposite side, we got to do a good job of continuing to move to give him those spaces and gaps and keeping that, you know, defense kind of away from him. So we got to do, you know, continue to do that.
Kyle and Kawhi talked about what they've been through and the continued work that puts in when you're going on these runs, and just to stay focused at the task. You know, every game's going to be different, but as long as you're playing hard and leave it out there, you can live with the results.
How much does Nick have to do with that?
It has a lot to do with it. You know, I mean, he understands the grind out way, you know, to get things done. You know, it's not going to be easy. And he preaches that to us, you know, just to stay with it, stay attacking, stay aggressive, and continue chipping away at whatever the situation is.
How much does it help to have a coach that's really not set in his ways about anything? It seems to me he's pretty creative, willing to change things. It's a little unusual, I think.
Yeah, I think the way he approaches the game, you know, is really unique. You know, he's always trying to look for new ways to get guys open, to get guys in their zone or their spots, and he's never stuck to one thing. You know, he's really open to listening to talking to Kawhi, Kyle, Danny, Mark. You know, whenever they have a suggestion, what they want to do defensively or offensively, you know, he's very open to it, and he really listens to his players. He's a players coach.
Thanks so much.
Having been to the conference finals before, I guess, for lack of a better term, experience helped you guys out.
I think it was really good. You know, like I said before, Serge really talked to us and told us his experience, and you know, just being able to stay focused, you know, and weather the storm on the road. You know, we've been here before. Me, Kyle, Serge been through. Me and Kyle been through it before on the team, and everybody else, all the vets have been through their playoff runs and their playoff experience, and they really shared that with us, and we just really stuck together.